You know, the joke that wipes me out is, dude, folks, now you tell me this isn't a great premise. And this is where certain comedians separate and start to go up into the ether. This observation that in the era of Me Too, Bill feels sorry for women who like it rough. Brother, that laid me out. I laughed so hard, bro.
No, because I remember way back in like the 90s when you'd hook up with some chick and she was into some crazy stuff. And even back then, before social media, you were like, I don't know about this, man. I don't know. I'm up for whatever, but this seems like this kind of, this is beyond the pale here. So I know those women are still out there. So like, I feel bad for them, like how they, they want to feel your power there, your strength a little bit. They want to be held down, but no, they can back up, but kind of hold me there for a second. Those ones, that's a
quandary.
You're in the clouds there. You're flying instrument there.
That's like Stephen Wright's old joke about he got a dog and he named it Stay. And he would say, here, Stay. Here, Stay. Yeah. And they were constantly stuck in the middle. They didn't quite know what to do. That's exactly what that is. Stuck in the clouds is such a funny way of putting that. Burr has a great twist of phrase.
I think, too, this whole thing, too, now where you're just going to go back into people's social media and just look for something that they did wrong, basically expose that they're human, that they made a mistake, regardless of how long ago it was or whatever. And you'd be like, so that one thing is who they are? Yeah. I just always picture them scrolling past tweets like, helped an old lady across the street. And they're like, that's not it. Got a cat out of a tree. That's not it. No. Told a Polish joke in 1999. There it is. And I love how this kid can't be on SNL, but it's okay for him to go back and do stand-up. That's okay. But this other guy, he can't do stand-up because he's going to make $1 zillion at it. But this guy's an actor, and he got hit, but he sucks at stand-up, so he can do stand-up. It doesn't make any sense.
It's a goat fuck, Bill. It's a complete goat fuck out there.
It's the female mind at the wheel. I'm telling you, it's all emotional driven. None of it makes sense. It does make sense. The beginning of it made sense, and then it's gone haywire. It's like, hey, some creepy guys out there. Nobody's helping us out. You got to listen to us. 100% made sense. And then it just quickly, I don't know what happened. And then all of a sudden it just became, way back, you were on Friendster. It's just like, oh, Jesus, Friendster? What are we doing, 2002 now?
I know. It's like the McCarthy hearings with a search engine. At least there you had to fuck up right in front of Roy Cohn to pay the price. Now, for Christ's sake, they are going back. Archaeological digs on pre-puberty notions can ruin you in the middle of your life. It's crazy what's happening.
What I do love, though, is now people are starting to investigate the people that are outing people, and then they're getting busted. And I love, like, these people. They act like they're doing it for society. And on the top of their Twitter page they use it as like an IMDb credit. Like, I'm the guy who, made that guy on the Weather Channel lose his career. Like, so it's just like, well, how much do you care then? If you're like, that becomes your calling card and you're making money off of it. So I think it's going to,
I hope
swing back to the middle. But listen, this is the deal. In a way, we deserve it because we weren't listening for so long. So then what happens is there's going to be this overcorrection. And then in the middle, I do believe that free speech and due process are going to make a big comeback.
Bill, you look at that prick at the Des Moines Register who outs the kid who's behind Lee Corso was signed. He ends up making $1.6 million for a charity on beer money. It's a great story. This kid, this prick for the Des Moines Register goes back, outs him, and I see it came back around on the kid this week. But this is how clueless this generation can be. The kid who outed the kid and then got whacked because he had put up stuff that, quite frankly, was more egregious than the kid he got fired. He was whining about it. It was you think you'd have a road to Damascus moment right there where you'd say, okay, I fully understand karma now. But even he started whining, saying this is a right-wing cabal. What a stupid fucking prick that guy was.
I know. It's just one. Well, this is the thing. Also, too, like when people are like saying that certain jokes aren't funny anymore. And first of all, you're just an individual and you're acting like you're speaking for an entire generation. And it's just like, I understand young kids thinking older guys are corny. I mean, I did that when I was a kid too, but at no point did my generation then try to end that old guy's ability to earn a living. We just let him do lounges and cruise ships, wherever the hell his career was going to take him. But like this whole thing of like, I don't like what it's just astounding that they don't see the irony that this is coming from the left. But I just think, you brought up McCarthyism, then there was the PMRC with those stupid heavy metal albums that really turned out to be the music industry making money and everybody pretending they were into the devil. And now you kind of have this. So I think that'd be like, 20, 30 years, there's a group of people who thinks they know what everybody should be saying and thinking, and that they're above all of it. It's really it's a weird time. The joke
it's a floating. Listen, it's a floating inquisition. But the fact that the left is full-throatedly now Torquemada, it makes me laugh. All those guys shitting on a log.
Irony. Yeah, and not seeing the irony. And this is everything that back when the right was going after the Dixie Chicks and blah 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 blah. They don't see that they've then done the exact same thing. I don't know.
Yeah, but the light bulb not going off over their heads infuriating.
Yeah, I've been doing this bit in my act. I can burn it here because it's over. I was saying how I didn't watch the Emmys with my wife because we always get into a fight because she roots for people and I just sort of make fun of them, So the joke I was doing after watching the Emmys was like, is there anything funnier than watching a white woman in a $10,000 dress crying? It's just like, it's like, lady, I get it. Maybe you make 50 cents less an hour than I do, but have you ever glanced over your shoulder? You're doing pretty good. Would you like to meet the children that sewed together that dress and see how much they're crying every night? It's just,
honest to God, you're living my life. This is why I don't watch the Emmys anymore.
Yeah. It's so hard for me as a woman to say things that other people wrote and then get this free dress tonight to win this shiny thing. I mean, it's just like, I don't know how they take themselves seriously. It's like, how do you not burst out laughing in the middle and just say, I'm just kidding. I'm a white woman with 12 Escalades,
Yeah.